What are you sacrificing? Take a moment and think about your life. Drop into the present and sort of scan your life and ask yourself, what am I sacrificing? Is it my time? Myself? What are you sacrificing? The reason why I ask this question today is because I thought about how in relationships or in general, but most things involve relationships of some kind. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship, but we're all relating one way or another. There's this constant interpersonal dynamic of energy moving through our lives, whether we want it or not. And I'm thinking about something that recently crossed my path that I heard someone say, and it isn't the first time I've heard it said in general, which is, I gave all that I have. I gave all of me. And then what tends to follow that is some level of disappointment, right? I gave all of myself to no end because they dismissed me, they disregarded me, they didn't change. The person left me anyway, X, Y, and Z happened. Usually when someone starts by saying, I gave all that I have, all of myself, everything that I have to this, a job, a project, usually disappointment ensues, right? And what I want to just put out there today on the mat is no one deserves all that you have. No one deserves all that I have. Nothing deserves all that we have to give, because then we're left depleted. There's no reserve. There's no energy of buoyancy to get us to the next thing. There's nothing to spring forward from. And a part of that, we're not martyrs, right? But then we become a victim of our own choice to give all of ourselves to this person, place, thing, project. What does that mean to give all of yourself? And then what do you have? Even to a child, because a child needs you to keep something because they're going to need more, right? You can't even give all that you have to the person that you love the most, because then you have nothing left. What makes us deplete ourselves in such a way? It goes back to the initial question, what are you sacrificing? What am I sacrificing? And to what end? What does it do for us? So I want to say, give from your overflow. Be mindful, be attentive, be intentional, be generous even. I love being generous. Having a generous spirit, it gives me so much joy. And I will never, and never is a little big word, but I will never give from my reserve in such a way where I'm depleted, where I've sacrificed all that I am. And so if that's someone, or if that is something that resonates with you, that you tend to feel like you give all of yourself and you're left disappointed, give that some thought. Sometimes we learn things early on in life that we're meant to sacrifice and do more for others than ourselves, to never think about ourselves. That's an antiquated mentality, in my opinion. And we all have an opinion. That's an antiquated mentality. It's outdated. And it isn't true. We aren't meant to leave ourselves behind, pushing everyone else forward, because then what about you? And no one is more deserving of you than you. I find myself saying that regularly. No one is more deserving of your time, attention than you. And when you give all that you have away, you're likely going to be left with disappointment, sadness, grief. But if you say, this is in front of me, this matter, this relationship, this friendship, whatever this project, this is in front of me. What's true about this project? What's true about this? And what do I have to offer it? Not the totality of who I am, of course not, because then I'm going to need them to save me. But what do I have to offer it? What's true? What are my boundaries, my limitations? Where's my generosity? Let me see this matter clearly and meet it from that place. I invite you to extend yourself realistically. Extend yourself while remaining whole unto yourself, because you need that. You need the legs beneath you. Even if you don't have legs, metaphorically, you need your own foundation in order to be whole. So again, what are you sacrificing? To what end? And how might you rethink that so that you can return to yourself and be at peace, be whole, be sound, and be less disappointed by your own decisions, because no one's responsible for what you decide. They may have fallen short of your expectation, but there was something that happened prior to your expectation. And we have to take ownership and be responsible for the decisions that we make or don't make, which is also a decision. So today on the mat, I encourage you to put yourself a bit up higher. And not because anything is below you, but because you deserve your attention. You deserve your presence in your own life. And to stop sacrificing yourself, give from your overflow, not your reserve, so that if it doesn't pan out, you're still okay. You're not left lacking, but you're still left whole, and you've learned from that. So today on the mat, may you give yourself more, sacrifice yourself less, and meet things from truth and clarity. I imagine doing these things will bring you peace, a level of joy, and a bit of, hey, that felt good. We all want to feel good. Thank you for joining me here on the mat, where we show up every Sunday and we just ponder some things. If you haven't, please subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And thank you for your presence and your time, because time is the one thing we do not get back. I appreciate you.